mail mailer, which is log by default. And this means that every new email is not sent anywhere, but it is saved inside log files, which we can find under storage logs Laravel log. Once we open this and scroll down below, there are some more logs, but at the very bottom, we are going to see the following email. This is already an email. Let's scroll up a little bit to find the beginning of the email. This is the email body. Let's scroll up. Here we go. This is it. Okay, pay attention. From Laravel, the email comes from Laravel verify email address. If you scroll down below, please click the button below to verify your email address. Here's the link. I'm going to click on Control on my keyboard and then mouse click on the link, which does it open something? Yes, it opened. And now I'm verified and I'm also authenticated. Okay, which is cool. I think I clicked that twice. So this is the previous link, which I can reload, and I'm already verified and I can log in. If I click this, it opens in the background, but I'm also already authenticated. It doesn't do anything. Okay, we can close this. Now let's understand what is inertia and how that works. Inertia basically is a glue. It is not a framework. It is a glue that connects the front end to the back end. Okay, so in our case, we connect a React application to a Laravel. Inertia actually can be used even with different backend frameworks. Out of the box, Laravel Breeze supports inertia with Vue.js and inertia with React. We have chosen to build this application with React, and now we're going to have React front-end application. Now, let's understand how inertia works, how it does the job. If we open up blade.php, which is the main layout file, we're gonna pay attention to a couple of attributes and directives. So here we have inertia attribute added on the title. Okay, so in the title, actually, we have hard-coded app name. But whenever we navigate from one page into another, pay attention, we have welcome Laravel right here. If we go into login, we see login Laravel. If we go into forgot password, we see forgot password, and so on. So basically the title is changed dynamically based on this inertia attribute. If we remove this completely, save the page, we're going to see Laravel right here. It doesn't matter on which page we are, it's going to be still Laravel. Now inertia is not able to update the title of the page. That's why we need inertia attribute right here. Now, if we scroll down below, we're going to see a couple of directives like routes. We see this vite react refresh and so on. And let's explain all of them step by step. This routes directive is responsible to generate all the registered routes and make those routes available in React components. Because we're going to need those routes to create the proper links from React application from one page into another. But we define those routes not in the React, like if you are familiar with React, you define the routes generally in React Router, right? But in our case, we don't define those routes in React Router. We define them inside web.php like we define routes in traditional Laravel website. Like here, for example, we define the slash route, we define the dashboard, we define the profile route, and inside auth, we even have more routes such as register, login, forgot password, and so on. Okay, and we need to use these routes in the React applications. That's why we make those routes available in the React application through these routes directive. And that happens using Ziggy package. So we have also Ziggy package installed. If you open package.json and we're going to search for Ziggy, maybe that is not installed by default, but that is a dependency of our inertia.js React. Anyway, let's open the browser, inspect this, and let's have a look in under head. Let's inspect the head, and we're going to see the first script tag. And here we see this Ziggy constant variable, and here we have all the defined routes. Like this is the URL, and if we just have a look, it's not necessary to understand everything, but just have a look. Here we see dashboard, for example. We see what is the URL, what methods can be used to access the dashboard. And here in this case, the dashboard is a route name. Here we see the profile, for example, profile destroy, what is the URL and what methods can be used to destroy the profile, and so on. Okay, using this approach, we have all the defined routes available in React. Let's close the package.json. The next directive is the vite react refresh, which is the following script, and that is responsible whenever we change something in the React application, the browser will be reloaded. That's like a hot reloading feature. The next one is the vite, which is, I think, very familiar. It's going to load the app.jsx and all the pages related JSX components. Whenever we reload this page right now, if we observe that what is generated by this vite directive, we're going to see this is the one. Let's enlarge this. So this is the one which is generated by this vite directive. This is it, and here we see pages welcome JSX. Okay, so using this page variable. But if I go into login and then I reload the page, then I see right here pages out login JSX. And here we also have CSS, which is the entire Tailwind CSS in our case. Also, when we navigate between pages, I'm going to open the network and I'm going to search for the pages, because this is the interesting part. When we reload in this case, we're going to see login JSX is loaded. So JSX is basically a React page. But then when we start navigating from one page into another, so we see welcome JSX right here. Okay, now dynamically welcome JSX was loaded. We click on register. Now register JSX was loaded. Now I click this already registered and login JSX was loaded, and you get the idea, right? And basically we loaded all the pages, and now when we go back, nothing more is loaded because login was already loaded and it is not going to load anymore. And using this, we get a very high performance
and login JSX was loaded, and you get the idea, right?
That's cool. Now, where are these pages located? All these pages are located under resources, JS pages. And these are the pages we
loaded all the pages, and now when we go back, nothing more is loaded because login was already loaded and it is not going to load anymore. And using these, we get a very high performance and login JSX was loaded, and you get the idea, right? Now, basically these pages located. All these pages are located under resources, JS pages, and these are the pages we loaded all the pages, and now when we go back, nothing more is loaded because login was already loaded and it is not going to load anymore. And using these, we get a very high performance and login JSX was loaded, and you get the idea, right? Now, basically these pages are located under resources, JS pages, and these are the pages we loaded all the pages, and now when we go back.
Okay, so traditionally, when we build the traditional application, we use the view helper function, right? Or we can use the view facade even. In our case, we are using inertia.
So nothing more is loaded because login was already
function as well. We can render the welcome like this as well. Okay, and this inertia render is responsible, and that makes sure that it doesn't reload all the assets and CSS and JavaScript like the traditional page rendering does. So now this inertia render is necessary to render the JSX component. And also this inertia render is looking for under resources JS pages. Traditionally, if we use the view helper function, it's going to look up under resources views, right? But this inertia render looks up under resources JS pages. Now let me call up to the left side, and I'm going to open login JSX, and I want to search for link. So this is the link basically.
And this inertia render is responsible and that makes sure that it doesn't reload all the assets and CSS and JavaScript like the traditional page rendering does. So now this inertia render is necessary to render the JSX component. And also this inertia render is looking for under
special
resources, JS pages. Traditionally, if we use the view helper function, it's going to look up under resources, views, right? But this inertia render looks up under resources, JS
so the link is the same, like from the user.
Now let me call it login JSX, and I want to search for link. So this is the link base, and this inertia render is responsible and that makes sure that it doesn't reload all the assets and CSS and JavaScript like the traditional page rendering does. So now this inertia render is necessary to render the JSX component. And also, this inertia render is looking for under special resources, JS pages. Traditionally, if we use the view helper function, it's going to look up under resources, views, right? But this inertia render looks up under resources, JS pages.
Like from the user.
Now let me call it login JSX, and I want.
This is the entire response, and based on that response, the following component was loaded. Let's open VS Code, and I'm going to also cover the file which is located under resources JS app JSX. So this is the main JavaScript file, and this is responsible for creating the inertia application and managing the titles and loading components and so on. So if we observe this right here, we see what's the application name. We take this from the Vite app name, or it's going to be Laravel, and then this is how the title is generated. The title, what we see in the browser right here. So this is the actually title which is given right here, and the title is set from the component. Like if we open login JSX, if we scroll up right here, and we